Hello friends, and welcome to Unicorn Poop Knits, the channel where I show you how to make whimsical knitted creations. In today's episode, I'll be doing another knit chat tea. So I'll be working on this pastel rainbow tunic that I've been working on since the beginning of July, so it's been almost 4 months now, but I've gotten the entire body done. I've gotten this whole sleeve done since my last episode. I just finished that this week. And then I started the next sleeve. It's just in its beginning stages, as you can see. And I'll be drinking this peppermint tea by Traditional Medicinals, and I like to read the little sayings on the tag, or the little proverbs, if you will. This one says, "In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous." That's Aristotle. I like that quote. That's nice. You could even say, "In all things of knitting, there is something of the marvelous." I truly believe that. There's always something to learn, which I will be talking about more in this episode. First, I'm gonna have a little drink of tea. So I'll start with a quick life update. I filmed my last knit chat tea a little over 2 weeks ago. I know I just posted it almost a week ago, but I actually filmed it a little over 2 weeks ago. And some things have changed since I last filmed. Like I said in my last knit chat tea, I had a couple of interviews at different schools. So first, one school district offered me a position as a substitute teacher, and I accepted it because I didn't know if I was going to get something else later on, so I accepted it. And I gave them all my documents, everything. And this town is a little far away. It takes about 2 hours to get there by public transportation. And by car it takes about an hour, but I was just taking public transportation to bring in the documents. And then another school offered me a job as an ESL teacher, and then I took that because it was a better offer, of course. I'll be doing training for that job next week on October 30th. I also have training on October 31st. I'm really excited about that. I love teaching, I love working with children, and I'm super excited to get started. Oh, it's such good news. When I found out I had that job, and after I sent the email saying that I accepted it, I just ran around the apartment screaming and laughing, and I called my mom, and I was so excited. This is really great news. I'm very pleased. So that's my life update. Now I'll do a little knitting update. A little over a week ago, I made some pastel rainbow mittens. And in my last knit chat tea, I showed you the yarn for this. This will be the tutorial that I'll post next week, hopefully. And then I had a lot of the yarn left over, so I also made this pastel rainbow scarf. And it has a little button here. And I made a little rose to go with it. This is inspired by a rose I found on Pinterest. I'll include the link down below if you want to look at it. I didn't actually follow the pattern on Pinterest. It is a free pattern. I didn't follow it. I just looked at it and figured out how to make it on my own. And this tutorial will be coming in 2 weeks, hopefully. So it's just a neck scarf with a flower, and the button goes into the center of the flower, and that's how it's held in place around the neck, like so. And in the tutorial, I actually have it on, and you can see how it looks. Now I have this tiny bit of pastel rainbow yarn left over, and I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it. I'm thinking I might make a Christmas bauble. That would be cute. Or I I could make another unicorn poop. One of those two. I'm leaning more towards Christmas ball, but let me know in the comments down below what you think I should make. And because Halloween is coming up, I started making this witch's hat. I've had a lot of fun making this. I started it yesterday. So the brim is made using a certain stitch pattern that I thought up in my head. I'm not sure what this stitch is called, but what I did was I worked in a knit one, purl one rib, but on the even rows I just knitted around, but at the same time I was increasing using yarn over. I'm not sure if you can see that. There we go. See the yarn over here? It makes the holes. At the same time I was doing those increases, so I ended up not exactly with a knit one, purl one broken rib, but not exactly seed stitch. But I really like how it looks. It looks so pretty. If you know what this kind of stitch is called, let me know in the comments down below. Also, this week I was curious, so I started watching some other knitters on YouTube to see what they do. And I was really amazed by what I learned. I found Fruity Knitting, and they're a podcast that airs maybe once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks. And it's an hour and a half long each approximately, but they have a lot of information and a variety of topics. They interview different knitwear designers who are really innovative, and they come up with the most amazing things. And it just blew my mind. And I was introduced to different knitwear designers that I already knew of, like Crystal Seyfarth. I love her color work, and I've known of her for quite some years, but there are some others that I'm just learning about now that I'd never heard of before. Oops, made a mistake in my knitting. There we go, all better. So I'm seeing some other knitwear designers that I had never heard of before, and listening to them talk about their creative process and how they design in their work, and it's fascinating. And I've also come across some other YouTube channels because of this YouTube channel. Like one of the featured knitters of the world appeared in 2 different episodes on Fruity Knitting, and her YouTube channel is called Stitching Over the Days, and I've been watching her also, and I like to see the different patterns she chooses and how she makes them, and the different sewing patterns she chooses to make garments to go with what she knitted. And I just think that's an incredible idea. That's a really fun idea. I want to do that too now. And so I've been having a lot of fun watching other people. And that's it for this week's Knit Chat Tea. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, and for more videos, feel free to like this video if you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. And stay whimsical, and I'll see you in my next video.